Listen closely, because what you are about to hear could completely change how you understand Iraq's future and the fate of the Iraqi dinar. And if you want real insight instead of hype, then make sure you stay till the very end and hit subscribe. Because this channel delivers analysis that most people are afraid to talk about. Iraq has quietly crossed one of the most important economic thresholds in its modern history by pulling in more than $100 billion in investment in just 3 years. A number that would have sounded impossible not long ago for a country emerging from decades of war, sanctions, political instability. Highways and ports are being rebuilt. Electricity generation is expanding. Oil and gas capacity is rising. Telecommunications networks are modernizing. Transport corridors linking Iraq to regional and global trade routes are coming back to life. All of this paints a picture of momentum and recovery that investors around the world are beginning to notice. But here is the uncomfortable truth that very few headlines explain clearly. Real risk for the Iraqi dinar begins. Because while capital is flowing into projects and assets inside Iraq, a huge volume of physical Iraqi dinars continues to circulate outside the effective control of the Central Bank of Iraq, sitting in private hands, foreign markets, speculative holdings, and informal exchange networks across borders. This situation creates a structural imbalance that no amount of shiny new infrastructure can fix on its own. When large quantities of a national currency exist beyond direct oversight, it weakens the central bank's ability to manage money supply, control inflation, enforce monetary policy, or carry out any meaningful currency reform, whether that reform comes in the form of redenomination, revaluation, or even a gradual modernization of the payment system. History shows us that countries which rushed into currency changes without first consolidating and accounting for their cash and circulation paid a heavy price through inflation spikes, loss of confidence, and long-term instability. And Iraq is standing at that same crossroads right now. The investment boom signals confidence in Iraq's resources and strategic position. But confidence in assets is not the same as confidence in currency. Investors can make money in oil fields, telecom towers, construction contracts, while still treating the dinar as a short-term transactional tool rather than a long-term store of value, and that distinction matters because a strong currency requires trust, predictability, and tight monetary control, not just economic activity. One of the biggest challenges Iraq faces is how to gradually absorb excess physical dinars back into the formal financial system without triggering panic or shock. Aggressive moves would risk destabilizing markets while doing nothing allows the problem to grow larger over time. This is why discussions around digital payments, banking penetration, digital systems create traceability, limit uncontrolled circulation, and give the central bank better tools to manage liquidity. But even digital transition must be handled carefully in a society where cash still dominates daily life. Another realistic path involves structured exchange programs tied to banking reforms and incentives that encourage people to bring currency back into official channels voluntarily. None of these options are quick fixes, and that is the key point most dinar speculation ignores. The future of the Iraqi dinar will be decided by patient, technical, and sometimes unpopular policy choices, not overnight announcements. The next monetary decision Iraq makes could shape its economy for decades, either locking in stability and credibility or repeating cycles of uncertainty. And this is why understanding the mechanics behind the headlines matters so much. Not rumors, not exaggerated predictions, but the real relationship between investment, cash control, and monetary policy. If you are serious about the Iraqi dinar, emerging markets, or global finance, then you already know that knowledge is your biggest edge. So if this analysis helped you see the bigger picture, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, share it with others who want facts over fiction, and most importantly, stay connected, because upcoming updates will, and how Iraq's monetary choices could impact investors worldwide.